Greenland, the largest ice island on Earth, spans over 2 million square kilometers and holds 8% of the world's fresh water. As its ice sheet melts at an alarming rate, it's reshaping both the island and our planet. Beneath the ice lies a land of glaciers, fjords and icebergs, where beauty and harshness collide. What happens when this frozen world begins to change? In the quiet darkness of Greenland's winters, one of nature's most spectacular phenomena unfolds. The Northern Lights. From Nuuk to Ilulissat, Greenland offers some of the best views of the aurora borealis. Where vibrant streaks of green, purple and pink shimmer across the sky in a mystical dance. These glowing curtains of light are created when charged particles from the sun collide with Earth's magnetic field, creating a celestial spectacle. For months on end, Greenland's Arctic skies are illuminated by this mesmerizing light show. It's not just a visual feast, it's an experience that touches the soul, where the freezing temperatures seem to vanish under the glow of the lights. The Northern Lights are more than just an enchanting sight. They are a reminder of Greenland's wild, untamed beauty. Greenland's remote locations, such as Kangerlussuaq and Nuuk, offer some of the best vantage points for this spectacle, where the Northern Lights paint the sky above snow-covered landscapes. But while these lights are a reminder of nature's beauty, they are also part of a greater narrative. As the ice melts and Greenland's climate warms, will these breathtaking displays remain a constant in Greenland's skies? Or will they become a rare sight of the past? The icebergs of Greenland are one of its most defining features. Towering, frozen giants drifting through the frigid waters, carrying with them centuries of history. Greenland's Ilulissat Ice Fjord is home to one of the most active glaciers in the world. Cermek, which constantly churns out massive icebergs. These icebergs, some the size of skyscrapers, float across the waters, their blue surfaces shimmering in the sunlight. In the Ilulissat Ice Fjord, the sheer scale of these icebergs is awe-inspiring. Each one is unique, shaped by the forces of nature. With some featuring jagged edges, others smooth and monumental in size. As the glaciers continue to break off into the ocean, the icebergs tell a story of Greenland's frozen past. A record of the ice that has shaped the island's landscapes for millennia. But this majestic scene is rapidly changing. As global temperatures rise, Greenland's glaciers are retreating at a faster pace. Causing icebergs to break off in larger quantities and sizes. The sight of these floating giants may soon become a rare spectacle as the ice continues to melt and Greenland's iconic icy landscapes begin to vanish. The glaciers that feed these icebergs, once slow-moving forces of nature, are now retreating rapidly, contributing to the rising sea levels. As the ice melts, and the bow icebergs break off, what will remain in their place? Will Greenland's stunning icebergs soon become a memory? Greenland's coastline is a stark contrast to the vast ice fields that dominate the island's interior. It is here, in the fjords, where the full power of Greenland's glaciers can be witnessed. The Kongsfjorden, one of Greenland's most beautiful fjords, is flanked by towering cliffs and glaciers that descend into the cold waters below. The fjord's deep blue waters are often dotted with icebergs that have broken off from the glaciers. Creating a surreal landscape where ice and water coexist in harmony. These fjords are not just visual marvels. They are ecological lifelines, home to a range of marine life, from seals to whales. In the warmer months, the glacial waters provide a fertile feeding ground for these species, while the cliffs that surround the fjords host seabirds, adding to the diversity of life in this frigid environment. As with the icebergs, the fjords are also undergoing rapid change. The glaciers that feed these fjords are melting faster than before, leaving their once solid icy walls retreating higher up the mountains. The ice is thinning, the glaciers receding, and the fjords are experiencing a shift that will inevitably reshape their landscape. Greenland's fjords, once a symbol of its frozen beauty, may soon be altered beyond recognition. The glaciers are retreating, the ice is disappearing, and the delicate balance of the fjord ecosystem is being disrupted. As the ice melts and the fjords shift, what will happen to the wildlife that depends on these waters? for survival. How will the ecosystem adapt to the loss of ice and the rising sea levels? Far from the coastlines and fjords lies the Greenland Highlands, a remote and rugged region of the island that offers a stark beauty unlike anywhere else on Earth. The Highlands are a place of extremes, where towering peaks of ice and snow dominate the landscape, and the land stretches endlessly under the midnight sun. It's a place where the silence of the Arctic is profound, broken only by the wind sweeping across the snow-covered mountains. The Highlands are among the most isolated and pristine areas in Greenland, providing a sanctuary for hardy wildlife such as reindeer and muskoxen. These animals have adapted to the harsh, cold environment, surviving where few species can thrive. The Highlands' remoteness and inaccessibility have kept them largely unchanged, offering a glimpse into Greenland's raw, untouched wilderness. Yet, even here, the signs of climate change are beginning to emerge. The ice that has long covered the land is slowly melting, and the landscape is evolving. As the temperatures rise, new land is being exposed, and the highlands are beginning to shift. The once stable, frozen environment is becoming increasingly fragile. And the question remains, how will the wildlife and ecosystems of Greenland adapt to these changes? The highlands, so pristine and pure, are not immune to the effects of a warming planet. As the land changes, what will become of the creatures that call this remote region home? As we move farther north, the Arctic tundra stretches out before us, an environment defined by its stark simplicity and quiet beauty. During the winter months, the tundra is a blanket of snow, offering an unbroken stretch of white that stretches as far as the eye can see. The silence here is profound, with only the wind breaking the stillness. Yet, as the short Arctic summer arrives, the tundra awakens. For a few brief weeks, the tundra is transformed. The snow melts, and the land becomes dotted with wildflowers like Arctic poppies and mountain avens, adding color to the white, barren land. For a few short weeks, the tundra experiences a dramatic transformation as the snow melts and the land awakens. The tundra may seem desolate at first glance, but it is teeming with life. Lemmings, Arctic foxes, and migratory birds make their homes here. And the region is vital to the survival of many species that rely on its seasonal bounty. The tundra is also a place of survival for the Inuit. Greenland's indigenous people who have learned to live off the land for centuries. However, the thawing of the tundra is yet another sign of the changing climate. As the permafrost melts, the once stable ground is shifting, causing changes in the vegetation and wildlife that rely on it. The tundra's delicate ecosystem is at risk, and with it, the way of life that has sustained Greenland's people for millennia. The rapid changes in the tundra serve as a stark reminder of Greenland's precarious future. What will become of the land and its fragile life when the ice is gone? Greenland's beauty lies not just in its landscapes, but in the life that thrives in its harsh conditions. From the mighty polar bear to the resilient reindeer, Greenland's wildlife plays a vital role in shaping the island's identity. But as the landscape changes, so too does the fate of its animals. The animals of Greenland are faced with an uncertain future as the ice melts and the land transforms. The animal's survival is inextricably linked to the very ice that is vanishing. In the vast, ever-changing landscapes of Greenland, life thrives where many would think it impossible. Greenland's rugged terrain, from its towering glaciers to its expansive tundra, provides a unique habitat for species that have evolved to withstand extreme cold. The polar bear, perhaps the most iconic of Greenland's creatures, is a true symbol of the Arctic. These magnificent animals, with their thick white fur and powerful build, are perfectly adapted to life on the sea ice, where they hunt for seals. Their survival depends on the ice, where they hunt, mate, and travel across Greenland's frozen expanse. Yet, as the ice sheet melts, the polar bear's habitat is shrinking. The once expansive sea ice is retreating at an alarming rate, leaving these apex predators stranded on land, unable to access their primary hunting grounds. It's a stark reality that poses a dire peril for one of Greenland's most majestic creatures. The retreating ice sheet doesn't just affect the polar bears. It also threatens the delicate balance of Greenland's entire ecosystem. Seals, walruses and whales rely on the ice for breeding, hunting and shelter. Seals, like the harp seal and ringed seal, depend on sea ice to haul themselves out of the water and give birth to their pups in the relative safety of the frozen landscape. The loss of sea ice means that these species must move to less stable ice flows or venture into warmer waters, where they face new predators and competition for resources. Walruses, too, are affected by the changing ice. With fewer places to rest on ice, these massive creatures are increasingly forced to haul themselves onto land. Where they face greater risks from predators and human activities. The whales of Greenland, such as the humpback and beluga whale, migrate through its waters, feeding on the rich marine life in Greenland's icy seas. But with the shifting temperatures, Greenland's oceans are warming faster than anywhere else, leading to changes in the migration patterns of these whales. Some species are moving further north, while others are struggling to adapt to the changing environment. The warm waters bring new threats, such as diseases and invasive species that could disrupt the fragile balance of the Arctic ecosystem. These disruptions ripple throughout the food chain, creating unforeseen challenges for not just the whales, but the entire Arctic ecosystem. As these animals struggle to adapt, the Inuit people of Greenland, who have lived in harmony with the land and sea for centuries, are also facing the consequences of the warming world. The Inuit rely on the sea ice and wildlife for their way of life. Hunting and fishing are not just cultural practices, they are vital for survival. The Inuit have perfected the art of hunting seals, whales and polar bears over generations, passing down knowledge that has been accumulated for thousands of years. But as the ice melts and the animals move, the Inuits' traditional way of life is increasingly threatened. How will these resilient people adapt to a changing environment? What happens when the ice, which has defined their world for millennia, begins to disappear? The Inuit people have long been attuned to the rhythms of the land and the sea, and their understanding of the natural world is unrivaled. The art of hunting and fishing has been passed down through generations, using tools that have remained largely unchanged for centuries. Kayaks, made from driftwood and seal skins, allow them to travel through the ice and hunt for marine life. Sleds drawn by huskies are used to navigate the snowy expanses. These traditional ways of life are deeply intertwined with the environment and the ice that sustains them. Yet, with the ice shrinking, the Inuit are finding it harder to reach the places they once hunted. Climate change has also altered migration patterns. The once predictable movements of animals, like the seals and whales, are now shifting. This uncertainty forces the Inuit to adapt their methods, relying more on modern technologies to track animal movements and ice conditions. However, the costs associated with these modern tools are higher, and many in Greenland's rural communities face challenges in acquiring them. The changing environment is forcing the Inuit to adapt, but at what cost? The traditional knowledge that has sustained them for centuries may soon be irrelevant in the face of climate change. As Greenland's wildlife and the Inuit people face these challenges, the food culture in Greenland, once centered around hunting and fishing, is also evolving. Traditional foods such as seal meat, whale blubber, and muktuk, fermented whale skin, have long sustained the Inuit and the Greenlandic people. These foods, rich in protein and fat, are perfect for surviving in the extreme cold. Seal and whale meat, often served raw or dried, are integral to Greenlandic cuisine. Providing the essential nutrients needed to endure long winters. But as the world changes, so too does the way these foods are sourced and consumed. Muktuk, a traditional dish of whale skin and blubber, is still a beloved part of the Greenlandic diet. However, as whaling becomes more regulated and the availability of whales decreases due to changing migration patterns, access to this staple food becomes more challenging. The once regular hunting of whales has become less frequent, with the Inuit needing to travel farther or adapt to less traditional means of hunting. Seal meat is another integral part of Greenlandic cuisine. The Inuit have long hunted seals for their meat, blubber, and pelts. But as seal populations decline due to changes in ice coverage and warmer temperatures, the future of seal hunting and the food it provides remains uncertain. Beyond the traditional diet, Greenland is also beginning to adapt to modern ways of eating. The influence of global food culture is beginning to be felt in the larger towns and cities like Nuuk, Greenland's capital. Imported foods such as pasta, rice, and vegetables are becoming more common in Greenlandic homes. While these foods provide variety and convenience, they're often expensive and less accessible to those living in rural communities. The introduction of imported food has altered the Greenlandic diet, making it less dependent on traditional sources of sustenance and increasingly reliant on outside markets. Fast food chains and modern supermarkets have begun to make their way to Greenland, but they often remain costly. And many Greenlanders continue to rely on traditional food sources despite the influx of global food products. However, as climate change continues to alter the availability of traditional foods, the future of Greenland's food culture may look very different. As the ice melts and the climate warms, Greenland's reliance on its traditional food sources faces growing challenges. The changing animal populations and shifting migration patterns are already disrupting the hunting practices that have sustained the Inuit people for centuries. With the loss of sea ice, hunting grounds are becoming more difficult to reach, and the animals that the Inuit depend on are becoming scarcer. This changing landscape is forcing the people of Greenland to find new ways to adapt. The question remains, can Greenland's wildlife and food culture survive the challenges brought on by climate change, or will the ice island's ancient way of life be lost forever? Just as the melting ice reveals Greenland's changing landscapes, it also uncovers the delicate balance between the island's ecosystems and the people who rely on them. The animals that call Greenland home and the foods that sustain its people are at a crossroads. In the coming years, how will these creatures and cultures adapt to a warming world? What happens when the ice, the lifeblood of the Arctic, begins to disappear? The answers to these questions will shape the future of Greenland and the entire planet.